Okay, so if you're here, you're probably tired of dating feeling like this exhausting, soul crushing second job. Well, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to break down why that keeps happening, and more importantly, show you a path to attracting the kind of love you actually want without having to lose yourself to get it.
Does this one hit home? I'm tired of being the strong one. It's that feeling, that deep in your bones exhaustion from always being the one who's got it together, always carrying the emotional weight. And that role, it doesn't just make you tired, it can leave you totally drained before a real connection even has a chance to get off the ground.
And then there's this one. I mean, how painful is this? You are confident. You know what you bring to the table. Right up until you start to actually like someone. It's like a switch flips, and suddenly you're bargaining away your needs, you're overlooking red flags, and you're secretly just hoping that if you give a little more, they'll finally see how incredible you are. It's just a revolving door. A man named Clint said this, and it just perfectly captures the feeling of modern dating, doesn't it? It's that endless swiping, the shallow chats that go nowhere. You might be getting attention, sure, but you're not getting consistency. It's just this constant churn of new faces, but nothing real, nothing meaningful ever seems to stick.
So let's talk about that revolving door and why it makes dating feel so incredibly stuck. Because if those first few thoughts resonated with you at all, you really need to hear this. That feeling, it's not just a string of bad luck. It's actually a symptom of a much deeper pattern.
Just think about the symptoms for a second. Maybe dating has gotten to the point where it's actually hurting your mental health. Or maybe you keep attracting partners who are just a terrible match. Or even worse, people with really narcissistic traits. It's that whole frustrating thing of getting little bits of attention, but never, ever the consistency you actually crave. See, these aren't just random bad dates. They are signs that the whole system you're using is broken. But here's the real key. That revolving door of frustrating dates, that's just the external part. It's what's happening on the outside. The real problem is a much deeper, more exhausting internal cycle.
And this is it. We call this the cycle of Cain. And what's so wild is just how predictable it is. See if this sounds familiar. It starts with step 1. You overgive. You negotiate your needs away, thinking your love can somehow change them. Which leads right into step 2, self-abandonment, and of course, resentment. You start losing bits and pieces of yourself. Then eventually, step 3, you crash. You're burnt out, you close your heart off, you swear never again. And then, step 4, the next person comes along, and the whole darn cycle starts all over again.
Just be honest with yourself for a moment. Have you been on this ride before? That loop of hope, then over-effort, then disappointment, and finally total burnout? Because recognizing that you're in this pattern is the single most powerful thing you can do to finally break it.
This whole pattern, it has a name. It's dating from survival. And this is the root cause of all of it. It's when your dating life is being driven by a deep and often totally subconscious fear, a fear of being alone or a fear of not being enough. And it forces you into this mode of auditioning for love, just hoping someone will pick you, instead of attracting a partner from a place of genuine wholeness and self-worth.
If I do nothing, nothing changes. A school counselor named Melissa said that, and it really just gets right to the heart of it. Staying stuck in this cycle, it has a real cost. It's not just about being single. It's the constant emotional toll. It's the beautiful, genuine connections you're missing out on while you're trapped in this pattern. And listen, the cost of doing nothing can be even higher than we realize. We had a mother join one of our programs after this absolutely heartbreaking moment. She saw her own painful dating patterns being repeated by her child. She realized that by not healing herself, she was accidentally passing down the belief that this unhealthy cycle was just normal. And that's when she knew she had to break the pattern, not just for herself, but for her kid too.
So if that's the problem, what on earth is the solution? Well, once you see the pattern and you truly understand the cost, you can finally choose a different path. And this isn't about trying harder with the same broken strategies. It's about healing the whole problem right from the root. And this brings us to the most fundamental principle of this entire approach. You don't just attract what you consciously want. You attract what your underlying energy, your subconscious beliefs, your unhealed wounds is a match for. I mean, you can say you want a healthy partner all day, but if you're operating from a place of fear and unworthiness deep down, you will keep attracting partners who reflect that right back to you. The real shift happens when you heal that internal state first.
So really, you have two choices, two paths. Over on the left, you've got dating from survival, settling for pain, overgiving, negotiating your needs, and just hoping they'll change. And on the right,
You've got the new path, dating from stability. This is about attracting from alignment, honoring your needs, setting clear boundaries, and this is a big one, finally allowing yourself to receive love, not just constantly give it away.
And this is what that new path looks like. It's the cycle of alignment, the roadmap out of the pain. It starts with step 1, healing your energy and releasing the old trauma that keeps you stuck. Then step 2, you learn how to create and actually honor clear boundaries. Step 3, you consciously break those old survival patterns. And only then, once that foundation is solid, do you move to step 4, attracting the aligned, healthy love you actually deserve.
And look, this isn't just a nice theory. Let's talk about how this transformation from survival to alignment has worked for real people who started out in the exact same place you might be right now.
So meet Gina. For decades, she was the fixer. She was constantly drawn to partners who felt like projects, people she could save. Now, this pattern wasn't random at all. It was rooted in this painful old story she was told a long, long time ago, that she wasn't worthy of love unless she was earning it by fixing someone else.
And this quote, this marks her turning point. I am done with the unworthy self-talk. The moment she made that declaration, Gina retired the fixer. She stopped fighting for her worth and she started living from it. And today, she's building a life that's based on an equal partnership, not on projects.
Now let me tell you about Evan. His pattern was driven by this deep, deep fear of being alone. And that fear was so powerful that he would literally silence his own voice just to keep the peace. He'd say things he didn't mean, agree to things he didn't want, all to make sure his partner wouldn't leave. And it left him feeling completely inauthentic and disconnected from himself.
You know, when we asked Evan what his ultimate goal was, it wasn't about finding a partner. It was this. I would just love to be mostly at peace with myself. He was so wise. He understood that a healthy relationship could only grow from a solid foundation of inner peace. His journey didn't start on the dating apps. It started with learning to feel safe just being himself. And the stories of Gina and Evan, they are not rare exceptions. They're actually the norm. A full 90% of our clients who commit to this process either find themselves in the healthy, aligned relationships they've always wanted, or they're finally having positive, hopeful, and fun dating experiences. This shift is real, and it is absolutely possible for you too.
So, you've seen the patterns, you understand the 2 different paths, and you've heard the stories. Now it's about you, your journey, your shift. It starts right here, right now.
And you have a choice in how you want to begin. If you are ready for a deep dive, if you want a personalized roadmap to break your specific patterns, then your best next step is to book a private consultation. We'll get together and pinpoint exactly what's holding you back. But if you'd rather start this work on your own, you can begin today with a really powerful self-led meditation that's designed to build that inner foundation of safety. The links for both of those options are ready for you to get started.
I'm just going to leave you with this final thought to really consider. We spend so much time and energy searching for the right person out there. But what if this whole journey isn't really about finding someone else, but about coming home to yourself? What if the incredible love you're looking for is simply waiting for you to feel safe and worthy and whole right here in your own body first?